In this lesson, we're going to learn how drawing a diagram can help us solve multiplication and division problems. Let's look at our problem. Evan's dog weighs 7 times as much as Oksana's dog. Together, the dogs weigh 72 pounds. How much does Evan's dog weigh? Wow, that's a tough one. Let's use this graphic organizer to help us solve this problem. Now, the first thing in the graphic organizer is, what do I need to find? Well, my question is asking, how much does Evan's dog weigh? So that's what I need to find. How much Evan's dog weighs. What information do I need to use? Let's underline the important information above. Evan's dog weighs 7 times as much as Oksana's dog, and together the dogs weigh 72 pounds. All right, so how am I going to use this information? What strategy can you use? Well, I am going to draw a diagram to help me solve this problem. Now let's look down here at an example of this diagram. I can draw a diagram to show the relationship between the weights of the two dogs. So I have Evan's dog and I have Oksana's dog. Now, since I know that Evan's dog weighs 7 times as much as Oksana's dog, I know that Evan's dog weighs more and Oksana's dog weighs less. So I'm going to use one rectangle to represent Oksana's dog. I don't know how many pounds that is, so I can't write that there, but I'm going to use that one rectangle to represent that amount. I know Evan's dog weighs 7 times as much, so I'm going to need 7 rectangles to show the weight of Evan's dog. So I have one rectangle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I know here that the total weight is 72 pounds of every single one of these rectangles. Now, how can I use this information to find out how much Evan's dog weighs? Well, since every one of these rectangles are the same, and they all add up to 72, couldn't I do 72 divided by 8 because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal groups to find out how much Oksana's dog weighs? Now, that'll only tell me how much Oksana's dog weighs, but couldn't I do that? Yeah, I think so. So there's a couple ways to do 72 divided by 8. I could look at my multiplication chart. I can think about a related multiplication fact. I could think about 8 times what is 72. And I don't know that off the top of my head, so I'm going to draw a picture. I know that I have to put 72 into 8 equal groups, so I'm going to draw my 8 equal groups, and I'm going to divide my 72 into it evenly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. I started making them outside of my circles just because I ran out of room, but I'm still counting that with the group. So I left off on 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. Whew, that took a while. I really should memorize my multiplication facts, shouldn't I? All right, well, let's count and see how many is in one group. Remember that whatever was outside the circle, they count in the group too. They just didn't fit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9. So every one of these rectangles has a value of 9. So is 9 my answer? Let's look at what the question was. I need to find how much Evan's dog weighs. Oh, no. 9 just told me how much Oksana's dog weighed. So Evan's dog is 9 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 times 7. Do you know what 9 times 7 is? All right, it is going to be 63. So now we've solved that problem. Let's take a look at another one. Kim runs a training school for animal actors. Last month, she trained 3 times as many dogs as cats. If the total number of dogs and cats she trained last month is 28, how many cats did Kim train? Well, let's use this graphic organizer to help us solve it. What do I need to find? It tells us here that we want to know how many cats Kim trained. So we want to find how many cats Kim trained. What information do I need to use? Let's underline the important information. She trained 3 times as many dogs as cats. And the total number of dogs and cats she trained last month is 28. How am I going to use this information? Well, I think I'm going to draw a diagram again because that was pretty helpful. So let's write here cats and dogs. Now what information does it tell us? She trained 3 times as many dogs as cats. So which one did she train more of, dogs or cats? She trained 3 times as many dogs, so that means she trained more dogs than cats. So I'm going to draw a rectangle to represent cats. I don't know how many that is, but I know that that's the amount that she trained of cats. She trained 3 times as many dogs. So I can draw 3 rectangles of the same size. You may have to use your imagination, but pretend they're the same size to represent dogs. Okay, so we have 3 times as many dogs as cats, and the total number of dogs and cats is 28. 28 total. So how can we figure this out now? Well, I know that if all of these rectangles have to add up to 28, if I take 28 and divide it by 4, that will tell me how many animals are represented by each rectangle. So I'm going to use a related multiplication fact here. 4 times what is 28? Oh, I remember 4 times 7. So 28 divided by 4 is 7, which means each of these rectangles has a value of 7. Is 7 my answer? Well, let's look back again what our question was. We want to find how many cats Kim trained. Well, since 7 represents the number of cats, 7 is my answer. So we can say Kim trained 7 cats. Very nice. Now it's your turn to try this strategy of drawing a diagram.